always, on some level, be happy to see each other. So step your feet together in Tadasana. Lower your arms down by your sides, turn your palms open, and as you inhale, press through the feet as you circle the arms up alongside your ears. On your exhalation, part the arms, fold forward. You can bend your knees if you need to, so you touch your fingertips to the floor. On your inhalation, lengthen the spine, reach the chest forward, coming to a flat back. Now for this first one, just step into plank pose. Let's pause, hold in this first plank. Duana's going to show you knees on the floor, slightly behind your hips, which is a great variation. Draw the navel up, gaze just out in front of your fingertips, and really start to cultivate your breath here. These poses are more about the breath than anything. So find that long, smooth thread of your inhale and exhale, and start to let your mind downshift. On your next exhalation, press back into downward facing dog. Yeah. You can work in downward dog with your knees bent a little bit. Duana will show you what that looks like. Yeah, outer arms are hugging in towards the bones. You're lifting your hips up and away from your hands. And continue to drive your weight down evenly through both palms. At the end of your next exhalation, look up to your thumbs and just step one foot and then the other all the way forward. On your inhalation, come to a flat back, reaching forward with the tip of your sternum. On your exhalation, head releases down. Now press your feet, circle your arms out to the side, come all the way up to standing. Bring your hands together at the center of your chest. We'll start to add on a little bit. On your inhalation, arms sweep up. On your exhalation, fold forward, Uttanasana, bending your knees as you need to. Lean forward a little bit as you come halfway up, flat back. Now again, step to plank pose. Use your knees if that variation works for you. Keep the gaze slightly out in front of your fingertips. You're going to lower all the way down onto the floor. Yeah. Point the tops of the feet back. Inhale just into little cobra to start. Some of you will be ready to come right into upward facing dog. Teresa will show you what that is. So you lift your pelvis, your knees up off the floor, your shoulders stack over your wrists. Whether you're in cobra or in upward dog, take an inhalation, spread across the collarbones, and then make your way back into downward dog. From upward dog, you just turn your feet over. From cobra, you push yourself through plank and reach your hips all the way back. Yeah, we're not spending as much time on these here. If you need more time, you can go back to the Surya Namaskara A video that stands on its own. This one, we're going to just kind of get to where we're going. Look up between the hands, step one foot and then the other one all the way forward. Feel the sides of the waist lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, release the top of your head down, press the feet, arms circle up. As you lift the arms, imagine growing tall from the soles of your feet, and exhale, hands to your chest. Again, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's draw the chest away from the navel. Now step back to plank. This time as you lower down, just hover at that halfway point for a moment. And then release to your belly, cobra or upward dog. Just one breath this time. Exhaling back into downward facing dog. That's your Surya Namaskara A. Hopefully your body feels a little bit warmer, your mind feels a little bit cooler. Keep softening the muscles of your face, and if your mind wanders, just bring the attention back to breath. Use that as the tool to anchor you in the right here, right now. On your next inhalation, let's reach the right leg up. And as you lift that right leg, you're not swinging the right leg up and opening the hip. You're keeping your pelvis level. Lift that left sitting bone towards the ceiling. Good. Now point the right toes and bring the right foot all the way forward between your hands. If it doesn't make it in one step, you just wiggle it up there. Align the knee directly over the ankle. Turn your back heel down. Let's take your hands on your hips and lift up into Virabhadrasana 1. We'll add the arms momentarily. Bend to 90 degrees if you can. Good. Square the hips as much as possible. And now from your lower belly, lift through the crown of your head. Add the arms. Take the arms up alongside the ears. If you feel any tightness in your neck or shoulders, you can do what Duana's doing, just a little bend in the elbows. Last breath. If you feel balanced, plug the heels into the floor, look up at the hands, and then release your palms down. We're just going to step to downward facing dog. Yes. Now on your inhalation, extend that left leg back behind you. Feel the inner thigh lift so the hips stay level. Point the left toes, bring the left foot all the way forward. Yep, drop it between your thumbs. Right heel plugs into the mat, hands on the hips, and you lift the chest. The more you lift up through the chest, the more you drop down through your heels. Yeah, with your exhalations, let your feet get heavier. Start to turn that left hip forward, pull the right hip back, and then bring your arms up alongside your ears. Yeah. That lower belly lifts as the pinky fingers stretch. Everyone bend another inch. And then take your hands down to the floor. Again, step to downward facing dog. So warrior one is a pretty complicated pose. If you feel like you need a little more work on that, there's actually a separate video just on warrior one. So know that all of these you can go back and find ways to refine them more in other videos if we're moving a little fast for today. At the end of your exhalation, look up, step your feet to your hands. And we're going to end this one a little bit differently. Come halfway up so you're in your Ardha Uttanasana. Release your head down. Now, feel your weight shift back in your heels. Start to bend your knees as you lift your chest and you bring your arms up alongside your ears for Utkatasana. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. First of all, make sure the heels have your weight rather than the balls of your feet. Draw that lower belly in so that you're not collapsing and arching your back. And then draw those outer arms forward. Feel your chest lift. Soften the neck, soften the face. Press all the way up to standing and bring your hands together at your heart. We're going to take one Surya Namaskara, be nice and slowly. Inhale, circle the arms, bend your knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, straightening your legs. Inhale, halfway up, back into plank pose. Hug the elbows close as you lower to the floor, maybe hovering in that halfway point. Come into cobra or into upward facing dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up as you inhale. Sweep the right foot forward. Turn the left heel down. One breath into warrior one. So just choose 1 or 2 points to focus on. Hands come back down to the mat. And for this one, just step to downward facing dog. We'll add our vinyasas next time. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Step that left foot forward. Turn the right heel down. Warrior one, feel the breath from the feet up to the fingertips. And then hands come back down to your mat. Step into downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths there. So if your breath starts to get a little rushed, uneven, sometimes that happens as we start to work harder. This downward dog is a perfect place to smooth it out. Yeah, to just, again, bring your mind back to right here. This is where it really starts to feel like a meditation. On your next exhalation, look up between your hands. Step your feet all the way forward. On your inhalation, lean towards the toes a little bit. Exhale, take the head down. Now, Utkatasana for a single breath. Weight in your heels, bend your knees, reach your arms. Press up to stand. Hands rest at the center of your chest. Okay, we're going to do one Surya Namaskara B. We're going to link it all together. You're going to be taking a vinyasa in between your warrior ones. You ready? Here we go. Bend your knees. Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Plank pose, lower down. Just see how much you can make this about your breath, not about doing the poses perfectly. Upward facing dog or cobra, reach the legs away from you. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg lifts, deep breath in, step the right foot forward, turn the left heel down, take a single breath for Virabhadrasana 1. Release your hands to your mat. You're going to step to plank. Gaze out in front of your fingertips. Relax your jaw as you lower. Inhale, releasing your trapezius muscles away from your neck, coming through your back bend, and then making your way to downward facing dog. Left leg extends behind you. Foot steps through, plug your right heel into the mat. Let your breath carry you up. And then take your hands again back down to the floor. Once more, you're stepping to plank. Lower yourself all the way down. This is the last one. Full breath into the chest. Upward facing dog or cobra. Release back into downward facing dog. Let's take 5 breaths there. See that your weight is even in your hands. Draw evenly up through the sides of your waist. The more you do these, the more sensitive to subtleties in your body you'll become. You'll start to notice you have a dominant arm, a dominant leg. You can start to even things out. At the end of your exhalation, look to your thumbs, and right where your gaze is, step your feet right there, all the way up to your hands. Ardha Uttanasana. Take the head down. Last time, Utkatasana. Press into the heels. Lift your gaze, lift your heart. Come all the way to standing, hands to the center of your chest. Close the eyes for a few moments in Tadasana and just notice, couple of poses, little bit of breath, how much change can actually happen in your body and your mind in just a few minutes.